Researchers made some interesting discoveries, as Victoria Webb now reports.
They're the games that conjure up memories of our childhood, but they could also be the key to tackling obesity.
We've got football over there, I like playing that, basketball, and some other games you don't need equipment for.
I just like coming out and playing the variety of games we have, like skipping, hopscotch and stuff like that. Left, right.
These pupils at Milldene Primary School in Tiptree are obviously no strangers to exercise, playing a variety of games outside every break time, a move which appears to have had a positive effect on the children.
If children don't move around, and if they're not, if that sense of fun and robustness and running around and having a wild time isn't instilled at playtime, then they're not going to grow up to be people who want to move and who want to be active.
And that's what researchers at the University of Essex are also saying. In a recent study, they looked at the effects of giving children play equipment in their break times. They found that with more on offer to the pupils, a greater number wanted to get involved.
14% of children are obese when they leave primary school at the age of 11, leading to poor health in later life and costing the NHS millions of pounds a year. The study found that offering a variety of exciting outdoor games at break time can have a significant impact on childhood activity and self-esteem.
The trick is to make exercise fun for all and not just those who are already fit.
Overall, we found that when we gave children sports equipment to play with, it was the ones that were already fit and active, the sporty children, if you like, that engaged with it most. When we gave children orienteering to do, which made them interact with the green space around them, we found that they all became more active.
The latest research shows that in reception classes across England, 9.6% of children are classed as obese. Every county in our region falls on or below this average. The lowest levels of childhood obesity are found in Buckinghamshire and the highest levels in Lincolnshire. Among the towns where rates are above average, Harlow, where childhood obesity is 10.5%, Luton 12.5% and Kings Lynn 12.8%. With schools across the region focusing on healthy lifestyles, these latest findings should help them to reach their goal. Victoria Webb, Anglia News, Tiptree.
Simple message, isn't it?
It is. Do stay with us here on ITV Anglia. There's lots more to come this evening.
Up next, what's going on in your part of the region, plus a discovery that's going to spell bad news for... Well, some more news now, and it's been revealed nearly £9.5 million has been spent on just developing plans for the Norwich Northern Bypass. Figures released by the Green Party show that Norfolk County Council has spent most of the money on detailed design work. The dual carriageway would link with the A47 near Poswick before skirting Lakenheath, Horsham St Faith's and Thorpe Marriott. The council insists the scheme must go ahead to cut congestion, but the Green Party says the money should be used to improve public transport.
What will actually free up congestion in the city and develop public transport is to actually build a public transport system. If we wait for the road to come first, which is what the council is saying, then it's actually going to be 5 or 10 years before we see significant development in public transport.
A man's been jailed for 5.5 years for killing a man through drink driving in a road crash in Essex. 23-year-old Ben Stevens was a passenger in a car last August when it collided with another vehicle in Tiptree. The driver, 31-year-old Dean Costello from Colchester, admitted causing death by dangerous driving.
2 more people have been arrested by police investigating the murder of a woman in Ipswich. The body of 41-year-old Rosalind Hunt was found at her home in Victoria Street in August. A man and a woman from Ipswich were arrested on suspicion of murder this morning. A 15-year-old girl and a 41-year-old man have already been charged with her murder.
A Norfolk rider has been left devastated after thieves stole tack worth around £15,000 from her barn.
It happened at the Weston Equestrian Centre in Weston, Logville. Tamsin Conyers believes the thieves could still be in the area and has warned other stables to be on their guard. Laura Burns reports.
It celebrates many of Tamsin Conyers' finest horse riding moments, but what was once a full tack room is now almost empty after thieves broke in and stole thousands of pounds worth of saddles and bridles.
You feel devastated, really, because it's stuff that you've had for years and years. All the horses I've got now, it fits me. They're very well loved, and I'll probably never see them again, and they're not going to net anyone a huge amount of money, but they were very irreplaceable to me.
Weston Equestrian Centre is both a livery yard and riding school, and 10 horses are kept in this particular barn. Luckily, all of them are fine, but Tamsin is warning other horse owners to be on their guard in case the thieves are still in the area.
People who steal horses and horse-related equipment know exactly what they're looking for. Both horses and equipment are both extremely valuable, and they're often stored in very remote premises. And unfortunately, with the economic downturn, they're easy pickings for an awful lot of people out there.
For Tamsin and her family, this riding school and everything in it is their pride and joy. She's now offering a £1,000 reward in the hope she'll get at least some of her equipment back. As for letting the burglary stop her riding, well, there's no chance of that. Family and friends have rallied round to lend her tack, and lessons are continuing as normal. She just hopes someone will come forward with information to get her much-loved equipment back where it belongs. Laura Burns, Anglia News, Weston Logville in Norfolk.
Let's hope so. Now then, we all know the post can be slightly unreliable sometimes, but imagine if you got a letter that was written 64 years ago and you weren't sure who it was from or who it was for.
Well, that's what happened to post staff at RAF Lakenheath. Now they want your help in tracing its owner. Emma Baker reports.
We'll meet again.
My dearest, here's a C letter containing 2 photos I promised some little time back. I'm afraid they're not in any way extraordinary, but will give you an idea of how I look these days. The group contains quite a lot.
Sunny day. It's a mystery dating back to 1945. A letter written to a loved one during the Second World War. Now the correspondence and photos have suddenly turned up at an American airbase in Suffolk.
The letter arrived at this American post room at RAF Lakenheath. It came in a Royal Mail envelope, and inside was a quick note saying, "Found loose in post, redirect if possible. American Red Cross."
But the Royal Mail don't know exactly where the letter was found. It was written by a British serviceman called Charles Fleming, but as there's no original envelope, it's difficult to know who he was writing to.
One of the strange things about the letter, which is very well written, very nice letter to read, is it's addressed to my dearest, so we've no real idea whether it's addressed to a wife, a mother, a girlfriend, or perhaps an elderly relative, because there's reference in there to rheumatism.
The author was serving in Italy, possibly with the Navy. While he wrote on American Red Cross notepaper, he explains that this was simply because he was away from his writing material at the time. RAF Lakenheath is now trying to find anyone who may be able to shed more light on this 64-year-old mystery.
My love to the family. Dearest love and big hugs to yourself, and don't forget about having your eyes tested. Yours, Charles.
Emma Baker, Anglia News, RAF Lakenheath.
It'd be great if one of the Anglia viewers could solve that one, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. We'll be giving you the address so you can contact us if you know anything at the end of the programme.
Right, a study has found that Cambridge is continuing to enjoy a tourism boom, and that's thanks in part to the internet. A travel company found that website searches on the city were up by 104% last month compared to the year before. It's thought Cambridge is also benefiting from parents who stay over after dropping off their children at the university.